don't meet on 5 or?
Yeah, you can get it from somebody else, but you gotta wait till the raffle opens. They'll open on like May 10th at 4 p.m. And then you gotta go in here and try it.
Whenever you're ready, okay?
Right, just in general, like it's just a normal place, not under a car. It's weird. But
Yeah, it's right where you know where the bookstore is. If you go out the door of the Union, it's that next building. Yeah, financial aid is there.
no, you're fine. I'm gonna look at your watch. Okay.
God.
The label. Okay. You can do that. Not. Alright, hello everybody. My name is Tara Kaya, for those of you who don't know me, and today we are going to be covering the etiquette of writing a formal email. So, one important question, you're probably all wondering, who sends emails these days? Like, is email, you guys use email? It's not outdated yet, right? Well, actually, I was surprised to learn there's 122 billion emails sent every hour. Yeah, and the average person using email for business receives over 100 emails a day. And there was a 2013 study by SendMail that found that 64% of these people either sent or received an email that has caused anger or confusion. And we don't want that, right? In the business setting, you don't want to make any of them angry, especially if you're applying for a job. So, what's in it for you? You want to stand out for the right reasons. Your emails are a reflection of yourself. Your email behavior has the potential to sabotage your professional reputation. And you don't want to be that guy or that girl. You don't want to be that email that sticks out for the wrong reasons. And importantly, time is money. So you don't want to hold up anyone's time. You don't want them having to figure out what you're trying to say. You want to be clear and concise. It saves time for the sender, it saves time for the receiver, and it will enhance your business relationships. And more importantly, being able to write a professional email is an essential skill to know. So by the end of this training session, you will have learned how to construct a basic formal email that you can utilize when sending professional emails in the future. Our first activity, you're going to use your first sheet of paper. I want you to just take a quick few minutes, just write a quick email, a formal email to your professor, asking to meet with them so you can discuss the topic of your final paper sometime next week. You're going to have a subject, a greeting, a body, a conclusion, and a signature. Keep it short and simple. you're done, fold it into a paper airplane and send your email to somebody. If you don't know how to, you can help each other if you don't know how to. But be gentle, don't poke anyone's eye out. Once you get someone's airplane, open it up, just a quick read. Give it a quick
I can
read.
do airplane.
Can I do a ball?
Sure, you guys can do balls, whatever you want, just send it to somebody somehow. Oh, Bob. Oh, that one. There's some really good airplanes out there. I'm a little worried.
Get away too.
Oh, I got one. Oh, we got it. All right, we got one down here. Pineapples.
Pineapples.
I think I got one.
All right.
Didn't go very high.
I didn't get one. I didn't get one.
There's one here.
Mine's on the floor.
Now give it a quick read.
whole cargo jet.
Check to
have
see
to
if you see anything that sticks
I
out
can
to
get
you,
one.
either good or bad.
She got mine. That's not part of my airplane.
Where did, not heard. You didn't get any?
Does everyone have one?
You got mail.
Where? Oh, you got mail. Blue's Clues.
Good handwriting.
All right, can anyone give me some positives that they see in the experience?
I wonder if we have a subject.
And I like email that says, I don't know if I should read the whole thing.
I have terrible handwriting, sorry.
Hello, Professor Newman. I was hoping that you would be able to meet during your office hours next week to discuss the topic of my final paper in training and development. Please let me know which day is best for you. Thanks for your time. And then she signed it. That's Alexa.
That's perfect.
I like how she's open and she said what day works best for you, so she's not giving them like a specific time of, hey, can you meet you Monday at this time?
Yeah,
Days
you
that they're
definitely
busy.
don't want to be demanding. You want to be open, you want to be receptive. You're approaching them, so leave it up to them, when's best for them. Definitely don't do that.
I realized that I didn't put a subject.
Oh, well, subject is very important
Yeah.
because when people look through 100 emails a day, you want to see right in the subject line exactly what the email is going to be about, and we'll cover that. Anyone else, anything that stuck out? Okay. So here is an example of a poor email. They use texting language. They have 4 years, to come, PLS, or please. That's poor. What do you think about someone who would send an email like that?
Delete.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to read it. This is the exact same email, but in a professional manner. And now, what do you think about someone that would send an email that's very clear, concise, put together, got that introduction, body, farewell, and the signature? You think a lot more highly of a person, right?
Oh, with their signature at the end too, I have that in my email.
Yeah, well, that's not required, but it is very, very nice. I use actually an email signature for the photo editor for the school newspaper, and we'll cover that real quick. But, so, sorry. So, what email should I use? That's very important. You definitely don't want to use like kitten mittens, stoner bro, nothing like that. It's going to be first name, last name, at such and such an email. I use Gmail or my school email. But definitely a sure way to instantaneously destroy your credibility is to send an email from a poor email address. It doesn't make people think very highly of you, and it's inappropriate. So the subject, you want to be short and accurate. You want to make sure it reflects and summarizes the content of the entire email. So for instance, you're meeting tomorrow at noon, or you're inquiring about a job opening, or concerning my final paper, the activity we just did. But don't be too wordy. Don't make it too long because nobody wants to read something like that. Then with a formal greeting, you're going to say dear, hello, or good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. You're not ever going to say hi or hey or what's up or what up or anything like that. You're going to be very professional. It's not casual communication, it's formal. So you want to be respectful. And then you're gonna choose either Mr., Miss, Mrs., Doctor, or Professor, followed by his or her last name. For instance, dear Professor Newman, hello Dr. Mejia, or good evening Mrs. Kaya, Miss Kaya. But never ever say dear Newman or hello Kaya, hello Tara, unless you know the person or it's otherwise specified that that's okay. If you're unsure of their title, just simply say hello or good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You can use sir or madam, and if you're not aware of what gender they are or just in general who you're addressing, you're going to use to whom it may concern. So then with the body of the message, if you need to discuss something at length, just call them or meet with them in person. Nobody wants an exchange of like 15 emails. You do not want that to happen. Emails are supposed to be short and concise. It's supposed to be a quick communication, not a novel. So don't ramble, you're going to be simple. You're not going to use texting language, LOL, OMG, slang words or swear words. I didn't put swear words up there, but begin by restating the purpose of the email, which should reflect the subject line. So, dear Professor Newman, the reason I'm contacting you is such and such. Or, dear Professor Newman, I was hoping to schedule a time to meet with you. This, I dubbed the 5x5 rule, because it's 5 and 5. The email should be no more than 5 paragraphs long. Each paragraph should be no more than 5 sentences long. And keep the formatting simple. Insert a line break between each paragraph so it's not one big text block. You want it to be short things that they can read really quickly. And like I said, you're not writing a novel, so be concise and very clear. Then you're going to summarize and restate the main points of the email. Always end by saying thank you and leave 2 line breaks at the very end. After you say thank you, you're going to do 2 line breaks and then say sincerely, Parakai. And like, oh, I'm so sorry. Alexis. Okay, I was right. Alexis was saying you can also be more professional and have an email signature. There's an option in the email options that you can put this in that automatically sends at the end of all your emails. And this is an example of what it would look like. This is not required here, but I just think it makes it more organized. You can just take that out too and just have your email and your phone number. But it's like a block that sends at the bottom. Your name, the title, the business you work for, the location of the business, email, and the phone number that they can reach you at. A poor example, you do not want to do this, is make it all poofy and almost illegible. I have no idea what that says, and she might think it looks nice, but it's just annoying, so don't do that. And then this, I think, is the most important thing. Never, ever send an email without proofreading, ever. Read it over at least twice. Catching your mistakes before sending your message will save you a great deal of embarrassment later. Does anyone have a story about that? Sorry.
I have a good one.
Okay.
My roommate went to sign up for a class, this was like over a year ago, but went to sign up for a class that was full, so like obviously you have to email the professor to ask, and she didn't proofread it before she sent it, so it said like, you know, the whole spiel, you know, I'd like to sign up for your class, but instead of like, I would like to sign up for your class, it ended up, I'd like to sign up for your ass. And so she never got a response back.
Oh no!
You know,
Yeah. See, a couple letters there, we can see a great deal of embarrassment. And did you have a story as well?
Oh, no, it was not as good as that one.
Oh, okay.
I remember last semester, at the end of the semester, I was submitting my final project to Mejia, and by accident I emailed it to myself, and like 2 weeks later I got like an email on my phone. I don't know, I guess I wasn't looking at my emails because like, the semester was over, so I was just like living up the
Yeah, you're
winter
done.
break, and he's like, I never got your emails. I was so stressed out. And like, I ended up sending it to him later that day, but he was like, if you don't get it to me by a specific time, I'm not going to tell you. But thankfully, he was understanding. It was very stressful.
Oh my, yeah, you think like he's so nice. Well, a handy trick too, to avoid an embarrassing situation, which I thought was really a good trick, is just enter the email address of the person you're sending it to at the very end. Like after you've done all your proofreading, after you've looked it over for mistakes, then put in who you're addressing it to and hit send, then, at the very end. And then you don't have that mistake of, oh, I accidentally hit send, because that's never ending. So lastly, we're just going to construct a quick email together. And this one, we'll say, we're going to write an email to Professor Newman explaining why we won't be able to make it to class today.
Ooh.
So, okay, Thursday. So what do I start with? Anyone? Good morning. Oh, subject. Subject. What is the subject?
Class absence.
Absent from class.
Why I won't be here.
Class absence.
Absence from class.
Hungover, that's a great one. Class absence?
Yeah, class absence, like 324, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God.
C.
Oh, thank you. On 324? Okay, that's perfect. Then what's next? I have a little hint. Greeting.
Hello, morning.
Oh, yeah. So say good morning, Professor Newman.
Oh, right.
I would say good day. Given you don't know what time of the day she's gonna open the email, so I would go with good day, so it's general enough.
Good day, Professor.
Because if she might not read it till like midnight, it's not good morning.
That's very
That is
true.
morning.
Technically, yeah, but.
Okay, then what's next?
I will be body. I will be unable to attend class on 324 due to I had too many tequila shots. I got white girl wasted on Wednesday.
Karaoke Wednesday didn't need
Okay, I will be unable to attend class on
I got two turds.
324.
Maybe for
Why?
like I'm performing.
Two
like,
chairs.
They were hungover.
I'm representing the school in
What a lie.
We don't have that on Sunday.
in
I have to attend church.
I'm going to church. Jesus needs. I need to repent my sins.
I'll be representing the
From
college
Karaoke
in
Wednesday.
a math competition.
Math league. I will be a math league.
At the
In a
math-
math league
the
competition.
championship.
If I was famous, I'd be like, you're so lying.
See, out of the set.
I don't even want to spell today. What's
Today, Professor
I'm
Newman, unfortunately, due to
Is that right?
personal or professional
Looks weird.
reasons,
Okay, in a
I
math
will be
competition.
absent from class. Because I don't want to tie myself up in all that crap I gotta go.
Raise your
Yeah, we
hand.
got a
You know what I mean?
Raise your hand.
Hey, we're
That's
real
not professional.
specific.
Have to-
Definitely
see,
don't-
I have to make it
Okay,
big
but
enough,
better.
just in case.
You don't want to
Look
just
it
say
up.
I'm doing a math
Yeah.
thing. You want to say I'm going to a
Yeah,
math
big.
competition, state finals, maybe even where is it? In Albany.
I'm stealing your,
So what are we missing here?
Conclusion.
No, well,
If I'm like, need to make up a new work or something.
like say you're sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're missing kind of an apology. You feel a little bad you're missing class, right? So we're gonna write that at the end maybe?
Yeah.
I'm
going to a math league.
So you're probably gonna tell her what you're gonna do. So I'm so sorry for missing class. I will get in touch with Darren to figure out what it is that I've missed, and I'll catch up with you on such and such a day.
I'll get you a bottle of wine.
So I'm sorry I'll get you a bottle of water for missing class.
Water.
You know, Jesus turned water to wine.
I will ask Darren what I missed. Okay, and then now what are we missing?
I have a question.
Yes.
Like, me and Ricardo were just saying about this. Wouldn't it be, like, more professional to say, like, you're just, going to be absent from class due to, like, personal or professional reasons instead of elaborating on what it is exactly you're doing? Because couldn't they, like, see that you're actually not going to this math competition and you're.
Well, what if you actually are though?
Yeah,
No,
we were saying, I prefer to have
But
it
if you
vague.
respond by saying I'm gonna miss it due to personal or professional reasons, the professional part would be whatever it is.
Yeah, I'd
you're
rather
doing.
leave it vague, so,
She wants you to be specific on
Well,
why.
but too specific leads you for
Because you don't wanna
entrapment.
be too vague where it's like, what? You know, like, if you can be specific, where in this case, you're not gonna be embarrassed by telling her exactly what you're doing. She might even be proud of you and be like, oh, wow, you're going to Albany, that's great.
So you're like,
That's true, if we're covering for, I was hungover, maybe it would be a little bit more vague, say for personal reasons, or I'm not feeling well, or I'm a little under the weather. But that's a good point, that is a very good point. So I'll ask Darren what I missed, and then what am I missing at the end? So what would I say?
best.
Best?
Yeah.
You like best?
I don't like,
Best
I
regards.
really feel stale.
Or
I
best
don't
wishes?
Or best
Best
regards.
is weird, it's like best what?
Best
Best regards.
wishes.
But that is one of them. And then best, I'd say,
Normally I say thank you. I say thank you.
oh yes, we
But why
forgot.
say best?
Well, no, I do it as my signature.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you could say
You're
thank
missing
you so
class.
much for your time, or thank you. So we'll say thank
I have a
you.
Thank you-
question. Do
thank you
have
in
to write
advance
best
for
and then your
understanding.
name? Can you, if I just do like a little dash mark and then. No.
I'm sorry. Also, they also
Sometimes it's better to
recommended,
though.
I don't know
Dashes
why,
sometimes.
but they recommended for formal emails instead of, especially if it's someone you don't know, like we know Professor Newman, but if I was inquiring for a job, they said to actually use,
That, does that actually make that big of a difference?
yeah, I don't know, I don't
I think-
understand. But it says, yeah, to use that, and then once you know, send emails back and forth with one another, then you can switch back to the comp.
Which is weird, because I was taught differently. The
Oh,
only
really?
time you use the colon is when you have the subject, you put the colon, but whenever you have that green that says good day or good morning, the person's name, it has to be a comma. But if below the professor name, you're going to have like class absence, because that's the subject, then you put the colon. Or, that's how I was taught, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, it's weird, there's different ways to do it, but.
Nobody ever taught me how to be an
Because
adult.
it's like a clash between a formal handwritten letter or typed letter and an email. So like if it was a typed letter, it wouldn't have the colon next to the subject because you wouldn't have that subject line because it's not an email.
Yeah.
Or because it's an email, you don't have to put the colon, you just put a comma.
Just a comma.